back to our channel, and we are back with another video. We know it's been a while. You know, life was just lifing, but we're back and we're gonna be doing a different kind of video today that I thought of like a while back, but I've been trying to figure out how I wanted to go about this video. But as you can tell by the title, we're gonna be going through our book that we wrote nearly a decade ago. This is the GlamTwinz Guide to Longer, Healthier Hair. If you have this book, let us know in the comments if you still own this book, if you bought it when it came out almost 10 years ago. But I actually thought it would be a good idea to go through each tip and see if we got anything wrong or if we got these tips right in 2016. So it's basically going to be like a revised version of giving you guys our healthy hair tips. And any tips that we think we got wrong, we're going to be letting you guys know what we would correct about those tips. So it's basically checking ourselves and seeing if we would still apply these tips to our own routines today, and if we would recommend these tips today, or will we change anything. This shouldn't take too long because I am pretty confident that we got a lot of it right.
I am too. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Because when Kendra came to me with this idea, I thought it was actually a great idea. I think people are just curious to see our thoughts on our book that, like Kendra said, we wrote 10 years ago. So that's a long time. So a lot of things have changed since then. Products have come a long way, ingredients, things of that nature.
Hair care overall has evolved.
Yes, it really has. So that will also play a factor into what we think we got right and what we got wrong.
Okay, so tip number 1 was no heat. I still live by this. I think it's the main thing that has helped us maintain healthy hair even 10 years later, regardless of how we want to wear our hair. As far as the appearance and feel of it, going no heat is the most drastic decision to some people, but it literally pays off in the long run. But we did mention in our book that we only went 4 months with no heat, and then we wear our hair straight those other months.
That's what we were doing then.
Yeah, we did do that routine then because we would wear our hair straight fall and winter months and then curly spring and summer. But now we wear our hair curly way more.
Yes.
It's just easier, and the humidity here in Georgia is not friendly to curls. So straight hair is just a waste of time for a lot of months.
Yes, because we literally only probably get like a good solid, I would say like 3 months of just cold weather.
Yeah, freezing cold.
Because even during the fall and winter, we have some random humid days in there.
Yeah.
And your hair will suffer if it's straight.
It's just not gonna last. You're fighting nature.
Pretty much.
And it's just pointless. So we just embrace our curls majority of the year now.
Yeah.
And for me in particular, I've been wearing my hair curly full time for almost 3 years now. And I just prefer it that way because obviously I just like myself with curls more, and I enjoy washing my hair more often. So that's another factor.
Gotcha. But yeah, I feel like no heat will always stand the test of time.
Yes, it works for every hair type. Anyone who's putting too much heat on their hair is suffering.
Yes.
It's dry, it's probably brittle, you probably have a lot of breakage.
Yep.
Even if you use heat protectant, I still think
it's still drying.
It's gonna damage your hair.
Heat is still drying.
Yes, it's gonna dry out the hair long term. So I think too much heat is not beneficial to anyone.
No.
Period. Number 2 is protective styling. We also think we got that one right.
Yeah.
But I put with caution because in the chapter we mentioned that braids, twist outs, braid outs, all that is a good option. But some people get them done incorrectly, or you go to someone that may be doing them too tight.
So I wish you would have mentioned that a little bit more, because I feel like there are a ton of braiders out there now that you go to, and they're just trying to get people in and out. They don't really care about the health of your hair, and making sure like that your scalp is super cleansed before you get your braids done, making sure that you deep condition before you came in to get your braids done, because you won't be able to do that like during the duration of your protective style. So I wish you would have went a little bit more into detail. But you know, that's what knowledge comes in. We have a lot more knowledge than we did then.
We did mention not getting them too tight though.
No, I do know, like, I do remember about them not being too tight, but I just I just know like a lot of braiders now, like when people go get their hair braided, like braiders, like their main priority a lot of the times, not all of them, but some of them, isn't health.
Yes.
You know, they're just trying to get people in and out, which I get because time is money, but I still like to prioritize hair health no matter what I'm doing to any of my clients. And I just feel like sometimes in the protective style world, health is not really a priority. They're just trying to get people in and out.
Yeah. But it's still up to you to prioritize your own hair health when it comes to going to get those braids done.
Of course, yeah.
Just prepping your hair properly and also making sure you take care of it while the style is in. Because some people just think it's like a substitute for you not to have to care for your hair
at all. Yeah.
And that's not true.
Like even when we had like our knotless braids and twists, I still like showed you like some nice scalp sprays.
Yes, I used a nice scalp spray that was really soothing, and I really like, you know, mousses and just taking care of my edges.
Yes, exactly. So like, all those things are super important. Because sometimes I would have a lot of clients, they're like, oh, I just took braids out and I can tell. Because they have a lot of breakage around the perimeter of the front of their hair, on the nape of their hair, sometimes the crown, because they like to pull their braids back a lot. So just be mindful of all of those things, because sometimes a protective style can be counterproductive. Even though
the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Even though it's supposed to be like making your hair healthier and keeping your hands out of it. But if you're not still taking care of your hair while your hair is in those protective styles, it's still a waste of time.
Yeah, it's pointless. And also too, the protective style is also for you to eventually wear your own hair.
Right.
I see a lot of people use the protective style as just their full-time style.
Yeah.
And it's nice to give your hair a break from those like braids, those really heavy ones, just because like Kelsey said, it can be counterproductive, and the whole point is for you to like your own hair.
Yeah, that's why I put that chapter in the book, because that was my personal gateway to loving my curls. Like when I was trying to get comfortable with texture on my head, like a pattern, twist outs and braid outs were my go-to. So I still stand by twist outs and braid outs as far as protective styles if you're still trying to get comfortable with wearing your hair in more texture in a natural state, and you don't want to like wear your curls yet, or if you're transitioning, like you got a lot of heat damage, girl, you're gonna need a braid out or a twist out.
Yeah, that's true. So we got that right. There's just a lot more nuance to that tip.
Yeah.
Tip number 3, proper shampooing. And I put that we got this wrong because we did mention that shampooing your hair too much can damage it, and that is not necessarily true. But in our defense, scalp care has evolved a lot over time, especially in like the recent like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
There were not really scalp serums then. There weren't like shampoos with chemical exfoliators like salicylic acid and like all those really good ingredients that are meant for the scalp.
There weren't scalp scrubs.
Scalp scrubs, that's so true. And also all we really had was Head and Shoulders, if I'm being honest. Like we didn't really have that many options when it came to shampoo.
Yeah, because Head and Shoulders was like the only brand that had like parenthymum zinc in it, which is really good for scalp care because it got all the buildup off your scalp. But other than them, like nobody really prioritized scalp health when it came to shampooing. Shampoo was just that, shampoo.
Yeah, it was very cut and dry and like not very nuanced, and it didn't aid to hair health. It just cleaned the hair. Whereas now I think shampoo is just as important as deep conditioning, because I didn't realize how important scalp health was, and we would recommend people not to wash their hair as much, and we would say you can like train your scalp, and everybody's hair is different, number one. So that's going to depend on your hair type, your routine, if you work out, if you don't work out, the kind of products you use in your hair,
how much product you use.
It's a lot of nuance to this tip that we did not even like scratch the surface of, just because there was not a lot of education centered around scalp health and scalp being skin.
Yeah.
So we definitely would recommend shampooing your hair when you feel like you need to shampoo it, and that's going to be different for every single person.
Yes.
I still would not recommend washing your hair every day.
No. Like
I still don't think that's like the best thing
for anybody.
I do think you should wash your hair. Well, I think we mentioned like you can go like in almost 2 weeks if you had like natural hair.
Well, yeah, natural hair 2 weeks. And when I used to straighten my hair, I could stretch like my silk press like 3 weeks. So I would only wash my hair like once a month.
And thinking back, my scalp was crying from that.
Now, I used to be able to do it. If I do that now, my scalp feels terrible. It feels itchy, it's greasy, it has a ton of buildup on it.
Don't do it.
It's like a Head and Shoulders commercial. Flakes on flakes on flakes.
Yeah.
So I cannot do that anymore. So now I have to shampoo my hair on a regular basis. With me wearing my hair curly majority of the time, I like to wash my hair once a week as of right now. Sometimes if I feel like I have a lot of buildup, sometimes I'll even wash it twice a week. And I can do that now because we have more options like with shampoos. I have a good amount of moisturizing shampoos that I love and I swear by. I even mentioned one in our last favorites video, that Sacred clarifying shampoo. I'm obsessed with that stuff.
The Design Essentials one, the honey one, is really good.
It's fantastic. So there are more shampoo options, so I will give us some grace on that one. With us being wrong, because there weren't as many good moisturizing shampoo options. Because I feel like even then, if you saw a shampoo and it said moisturizing, my hair would still be dry.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we probably put that tip in.
The formulas were not done as
they weren't as complex. The formulas were not as complex as they are now. Like, it was so hard to get your scalp clean while not having your ends dry out.
Yeah, that's very
and
true.
It was really difficult trying to balance the two. Like, oh, my scalp needs to be clean, but I still need my ends to be moisturized. Now you don't have to pick between the two, because there are so many good shampoo options out there where you can actually use them and not feel like your ends are drying out.
Yeah. And we also implied that co-washing can replace shampooing.
No.
Also not true. It's not the same thing.
It's not.
Shampoo your hair.
Yes.
And not with conditioner.
No.
It's not cleaning your hair.
Honestly, like,
it's like putting lotion on like dirty skin, which is stupid. It's not a good idea. But also, it is. It makes no sense. Also, too, that was a part of that curly girl method that everybody was doing.
Yes.
That don't work.
Yeah.
At least not for us.
Not for us. Honestly, co-washing, I only think we did it because it just made the ends like more moisturized.
Yeah, not as dry.
I'm not gonna lie, it did make my curls very juicy, but my scalp was not getting cleansed properly. Co-washing were strictly for the strands of your hair. Co-washing is not for your scalp. It's just not.
I agree. The next step that we got right, and that's gonna be deep conditioning. This is like our bread and butter when it comes to like
tips.
What everyone would tell us works for them. Every time we would recommend it, not one person said that deep conditioning did not help them.
Yes.
Like, everyone that asks us, what's the number one thing you recommend to get healthy hair?
Yes.
Besides no heat, deep conditioning, hands
down.
It's one of the essential steps to maintaining healthy hair that's soft, manageable, moisturized, strong. Like, it's so many benefits to deep conditioning. Like, I could talk about deep conditioner all day. There's so many good options now too.
Ton of good options.
There were pretty good ones then.
Yeah,
but they're even way more now.
Even more now, yes. And we just always swear by deep conditioning.
Yeah.
Especially if you are using heat. Like, if you're using heat, you definitely do not need to be skipping deep conditioner, because you need that protective barrier before you go in with any kind of heat tools. And heat styling, even if you wear your hair curly and you like to diffuse or sit under a dryer, you still need a deep conditioner because it just coats the strands, it protects the strands, it helps with elasticity and helping your hair not break off.
Yeah.
Like, deep conditioning is just overall, it like basically checks all the boxes when it comes to length retention.
I think so too.
You need it in your routine.
And I just love the experience of a good deep conditioning treatment, not just obviously for the health of my hair, but it just feels like self-care.
It really does.
Just in general.
I agree.
And if you don't have a deep conditioner in your routine, I would go as far as to say, take out your conditioner and replace it with deep conditioner. Like, if you don't like too many steps,
Right.
I would say replace the conditioner with deep conditioner. If you have a problem with frizz, if you're like complaining about like the appearance of your hair, like overall, as far as like it's too poofy, it's frizzy, it's dry, that's where deep conditioner comes in.
It's basically going to solve all those issues for you within one step that you're skipping.
As far as the maintenance of your hair, because I feel like I recommend deep conditioners the most at the salon, because I've sold quite a few. I think as far as products, what I will sell the most at the salon is deep conditioner. And if anybody would ask me, I will always give them deep conditioner as my recommendation, and I feel like that would just solve like a lot of their week to week or month to month hair problems.
Yeah, it really does.
So we got that one right, like you said. Number 5 is gonna be leave-in conditioners as our 5th tip, and we got that one right too.
Yes, I personally love leave-in conditioners. I almost love them just as much as deep conditioners, just because I just feel like it's like the perfect first step to any routine. Whether you're doing a wash and go, a twist out, a braid out, whether you're getting ready to blow dry your hair and straighten it. I just feel like a leave-in conditioner just really helps with detangling. And if you start detangling your hair without a leave-in conditioner in your hair, you're just asking for breakage. Your hair is going to be super tangled, dry. Like, if you're having trouble with the detangling step, girl, you need to be using a leave-in conditioner. So I also think that's probably why we put that one in there, because not having a leave-in in your routine can cause a ton of breakage.
Yeah,
and
just long-term issues overall for your hair that you're just not gonna be happy with.
Yeah, and I had a lot of clients complain about fairy knots when detangling their hair, whether you use a brush or comb or if you finger detangle. You still need a leave-in conditioner because that's gonna help you have a lot less fairy knots, a lot of less tangles, because that's the purpose of a leave-in conditioner. It just hydrates the hair before you go on in any other step that you may have within your routine. I just feel like it's something that everybody needs in their routine, whether you like to use heavier products or lighter products, you still need the leave-in conditioner step first.
And it saves a lot of steps because most leave-in conditioners these days are just detanglers in general. Like I said, they number one detangle. A lot of them have like a lot of hydration benefits, and they also usually have heat protectant in them. So
good leave-in conditioners
should do more than one thing.
Agreed.
So you're saving yourself a lot of steps before you go in with any kind of styling products. And like Kelsey mentioned, it's just going to help with the overall like feel and health of your hair. And if you just do that one step, you don't even have to do anything. Like some days if you're just lazy and you just want to put your hair in like a braid or just leave-in conditioner can be the only step and you don't feel guilty about not doing your hair that day.
Exactly, yes.
So I do think leave-in conditioner is essential to every single person, and it can go a really long way.
Definitely. So one thing we did, I would say, get wrong within the last two chapters we've talked about, deep conditioning and leave-ins, is that we kept mentioning water as moisturizing.
And that's not the same thing.
Water is hydrating. Yes.
Yeah.
Water is not moisturizing. It hydrates the hair. So basically just think of it as like within your skincare routine, it's like the serum before the moisturizer. So it basically goes deeper into the skin, kind of like hydration goes deeper into the cortex of the hair.
Like hyaluronic acid.
Yeah, versus
hydration, not moisture.
Yeah, versus something that's more moisturizing, is thicker, is water soluble, is not, it's more occlusive. Moisturizing like products are more occlusive. And hydrating products are a lot more lightweight, which is why you apply them first before anything moisturizing. So you can't put anything moisturizing on first, then hydration over top of that.
It's not gonna penetrate.
It's not gonna penetrate because that moisturizing product is now blocking the hydrating product. It just don't work like that. So hydration first, moisture second.
Yeah, when I read that, I was like, why would we keep referencing like water is moisture when that is not true at all?
It's hydrating. Two different things.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do a completely different video on hydration versus moisture, just so you guys can have a like more of a breakdown of the two things, so you can better like, you know, put your products in order when doing your hair.
And choosing the right products too.
Right, exactly.
So number 6, we also got right, and that's trimming. We talked about getting your hair trimmed regularly so that you won't have to get it cut, because trimming and getting your hair cut are two different things.
Yes.
So we mentioned that trims are essential to preventing breakage, and obviously if you guys have been on this channel a while, you know that we talk about getting trims because split ends don't give you the hair you want. Split ends travel up to the hair shaft and you end up having to cut off more than you intended. So yeah, we basically mentioned in that chapter, the longer you wait to cut it, the more you're gonna have to cut off.
Pretty much, yeah. So just get the trim to avoid the cut. Simple as that.
Number 7 was called Friends with Your Ends, and it's basically a chapter about length retention. And we're so glad we put this chapter in here because I think length retention is super underrated, because people always talk about like, it's important as scalp health is, you're not gonna see like hang time with your hair if you don't take care of your strands, especially like right after I cut my hair. I love the fresh start of taking care of my ends and like feeling like they're getting like all the moisture and hydration that they need.
I know, me too.
Because I feel like I'm like having like the perfect like base start, and like applying that moisture every single day in between like your wash days is going to help you retain that length that you're trying to achieve. Because if you're not really taking care of the hair at the bottom, it's gonna like stay the exact same length, if that makes sense, unless you like your hair a certain length. Because y'all know me, I get scissor happy. I'm a sucker for chopping off a certain length of my hair. But when you're trying to get to a certain length, the length retention is super important.
Yes. And I also think we put this chapter in there because we kept getting a lot of people saying their hair isn't growing.
Yeah.
And your hair is never not growing.
Hair grows. That's what
you're just not retaining length on the bottom. So your hair is just growing, breaking off, growing, breaking off. So you just think your hair is staying at the same length because it's not growing from the scalp, but it's always growing from the scalp. You're just not retaining the length on your ends, which is why we put the baby your ends in there, because so many people are so rough with their hair and don't really take care of the hair that's already on their head, which I don't understand personally. I'm like, how do you want more hair if you can't take care of the hair you already have?
That's very true.
So that's why it's super, super important to baby those ends, because that's how you're going to see, like Kendra said, more hang time, more length, more of the hard work that you're trying to put in on the scalp at the ends. So now you just have to be mindful of both.
Yeah. So the next chapter was chapter 8, and that was taking supplements. And we got this right, but I do think there's nuance to this chapter, because supplements are just that. They're supposed to supplement with what you're deficient in. And we don't recommend taking like 10 vitamins and thinking your hair is going to grow down to your butt, because if you don't need those vitamins, then it's kind of
A waste
pointless.
of time. Yeah.
But we did mention certain things and ingredients like biotin and, you know, certain vitamins that are going to help aid in your hair health, but it's not going to be a miracle worker, so to speak.
Right.
Like
exactly.
we mentioned that there's no magic pill.
Yeah.
That's going to grow your hair.
Which is still true. We just didn't want to give unrealistic expectations when it comes to taking supplements and thinking that your hair is going to grow like a weed in a month, because that's not how it works. You just have to be consistent and find out what you're deficient in, and then supplement those supplements within your vitamin routine, and that's when you'll notice a difference. Because if you're taking something that you're not deficient in, you're just wasting your time. But I still feel like things like biotin, vitamin D and iron are great to supplement, to put within your vitamin routine, just because I notice a difference, me personally, if I don't take those things. Because I know low iron is very common in a lot of people. And I also notice
women.
Yes, mostly women. And I definitely notice a difference during that time of the month. I have to take my iron pills. So I also notice that when I'm not eating a lot of meat, especially red meat, my hair thins out, which it's crazy to me because I only discovered that about my body maybe like 3 years ago. So I wish you would have talked more in that chapter about just paying attention to your body as an individual and seeing how your body reacts to when you're not eating certain things, but not just so much focusing on taking supplements, because it's a ton of people who take supplements who eat like crap and they're not doing anything. So
it's counterproductive. You can't just have fast food every day and then take supplements and thinking, oh, I'm healthy and my hair is gonna be the healthiest. It doesn't work like that.
It does.
Number 9, we also got right, and that's piggybacking off taking supplements, and that is healthy living. Living healthy, I said it backwards. But the only thing I would add to this chapter that we did not mention is sleep. Getting the proper amount of sleep is so important for your hair, but your overall health.
Yeah, definitely.
And I realized this for sure. Like, the older you get, sleep becomes at the top of the list.
Definitely.
Because we wrote this book in our 20s.
Yeah, sleep wasn't the number one priority.
We didn't sleep enough at all.
No. We should have talked about sleep way more in this chapter.
Yeah, sleep is super important.
Yeah.
So it's going to help with your hair health, but your overall health in general. And I think sleep should be top 3 for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, because
that's where your body recovers.
Yes, it just regenerates and everything just it's the best version of itself when you're getting good sleep, like the proper amount of sleep. And that depends on what you feel like your body needs and how you feel the next day. Everybody's different. Some people need 8 hours, some people need more. I don't know how people sleep on, like, do 6 hours.
I used to be a 6-hour girl. And I used to feel terrible.
As soon as 30 came, I was like, 6 hours? That's
not
enough.
Not enough.
No.
No, but for real though, I cannot do 6 hours anymore. I have to get at least 8 to 12.
Same.
I'm between 8 and 12 hours.
Yep. I feel better with the latter.
12.
Yeah.
Got it. You get your beauty rest, my love.
The last one we also got right, which is number 10, and that's patience, please. And that's us basically talking about you need patience to achieve the results you want when it comes to your hair health and your hair goals, because a lot of people want instant gratification, and that's not realistic when it comes to anything you're trying to achieve, not just hair health, but like working out, you know, growing your bank account, just any goal you have, it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
So patience is super essential to life. But in particular, this book, when it comes to hair health, so many people are like, oh, I've been doing this for like 3 months and I still don't see a difference. It's just like, okay, but are you being patient? Are you being consistent? Because we also mentioned consistency too. And we also mentioned that setting certain goals for yourself will also help with this journey. And it was really smart. We mentioned creating a plan for yourself. So like if you have certain goals, like if you have like chin length hair, maybe like set a goal for like to get to collarbone length, and collarbone length, you set a goal to get to bra strap length. You know what I mean?
Yeah, short-term goals until you get to the long-term goal.
Yeah, so that helps you like getting through
the process.
When you get impatient. So yeah, patience is super essential, and I'm glad we put that as the last step, because
honestly, it took us a minute to figure out what we wanted our last step to be. Because this book is basically based off of a video that went viral, like when we first started our YouTube channel. And I remember when we were making the tips, we were trying to think of the last step, and I think we both were like, oh, just patience. Because that was one that was hard for us personally. Like the patience was really annoying, but super essential within the hair growth process. So yeah.
So technically, we got one wrong.
I know. So this book still stands the test of time.
Yeah.
The tips are still fantastic, I would say. And this is not us trying to toot our own horns, because I honestly thought that this was a great idea that Kendra brought to me, because I was just curious to see the things that we put in this book, to see if we still did them now. And some things have changed. So I think it is important to go back and kind of check yourself and see what worked for you then may not work for you now.
Exactly.
And just see like what you can like implement within your routine now that may work better that would have never worked then. Because as you get older, your hair and body change a lot.
Changes so much.
They change so much. Like genetics play a big part. Like if your hair gets thinner, like my hair has gotten so much like finer and thinner like over the past, I would say 5 years.
Yeah, and you have to work a lot harder the older you get to keep that luster and keep that fullness and just maintain healthy strands in general. So you just have to have a more strict routine. You have to be more diligent about things, because those young babies, we're talking like we like 55. Obviously we're in our 30s and we know that's still young technically, but it's not your 20s.
It's different.
20s and 30s are still different, and you have to change some things based on your routine and just how you see your body changing. And you know, it's okay to tweak certain things and you know, evolve with your age. So this book, like Kelsey said, is still a lot of good things in here, a lot of essential tips. The only thing is the way we went about describing them. I want to describe them in certain ways, like certain analogies. I was like, why we wrote that? But
I think we were just trying to like help people understand it in a different way, because sometimes like the point of an analogy is to get people to understand something different in a different form.
I know everybody thinks differently,
you know?
So we were just trying to like simplify, but to me, I feel like some of the analogies were over explaining and making it more complicated.
That's true, but I think we were recommended by our editors to put more words in to make the book longer, because honestly we just wanted to simplify.
If it was up to us, it wouldn't have been as long.
I
like cut and dry, black and white, because that's how you remember.
Yes, that's very true. It makes it way easier to remember. I agree. But yeah, like you said, things change with age, and I just do way more now than I did then. Like scalp oil, I didn't massage my scalp for real. I didn't do all those things, but I have to do them now in my weekly routine.
And scalp scrubs for sure.
I love me a good scalp scrub.
We implement scalp scrubs a lot now. I shampoo my hair once or twice a week now for sure. Like sometimes I mostly shampoo my hair twice a week, unless I had like a real good wash and go that lasts the full week, then I'll do once a week.
My goal is to get my wash and go to last the full week.
So once a week is typically how often we wash, but sometimes twice a week for me. So yeah, just certain things that we change over time, and that's for sure the scalp care routine that has been a game changer for us. Because my scalp, I can't go that long no more.
Same, me either.
That's not gonna happen.
It's not happening.
So I'm glad we're past that phase of
definitely
waiting too long to wash our hair. Please wash your hair.
Please. Agreed. But I do think that all of these tips still work for every age every stage in your life, I think. So I'm glad that we made them universal to any age as well. So
and hair type.
And hair type. So I thought that was super important. So that's also what we tried to do in making these tips as well.
Yeah.
Making them super universal.
So yeah, if you guys have this book, let us know what tips you still apply from this book that you still think work for your hair personally. And let us know what changed in your routine since you read this book. Because, I mean, it won't hurt our feelings. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. And thank you guys so much for watching.